Does this sound familiar? Have you ever felt your heart beating, maybe palms sweating, maybe having a sleepless night, feeling exhausted, tired? Well, you're not alone. That's pretty common for a lot of us. And what are you going to do about it? Because it's going to show up in your life in different ways and maybe even affect your health, perhaps seriously. And a lot of doctor's visits are driven by stress. Hi, I'm Phillip Mountrose from Awakenings Institute. We help people step up and tap into the heart and soul with holistic coaching and healing, particularly energy healing like holistic EFT techniques, emotional freedom techniques, and other modalities as well, and going deeper with them. And it can really help you when you learn how to manage and relieve your stress, live more fully, more enjoyably, and really thrive. And statistics show that 60 to 80% at least of primary care visits are due to stress, which is not surprising. And it can really affect your heart, cellular aging, your cortisol, your hormones, many, many things, sometimes quite subtly. So, where does the stress come from? Well, it's seemingly all around us in many ways. Externally, it's in our environment, in pollution, in the weather, in different challenges, maybe going to work or in your home environment, things that are uncomfortable. And these things can be even subjective things which just bother you, and little irritations as well, which can affect your sleep. Of course, diet can affect your stress, exercise. Even little things can throw you off. Being late in a long line or a traffic jam, and this can be an irritation, affect your energy level, and it can build up and even go into chronic problems, chronic stress ailments as well. And it affects your circadian rhythms because you want to be in rhythm. You want to have your heart in rhythm, as studies have shown, and be more on track and in flow with life instead of out of flow and fighting life. You're more working with it instead of having life work against you. So, what do you do about it? That's where holistic EFT, emotional freedom technique tapping, comes in. I'm tapping these key pressure points that relate to, as acupuncture in Chinese medicine says, meridians, energy circuits throughout your body. And when they're out of balance, they're too active, too underactive, it throws you off. And that's triggered by your thinking as well and your feeling. And what you can do is a simple tapping technique, and we use what we call a holistic version, where we've added some elements into the basic EFT tapping and remove some ones that are not so helpful. And I'm going to show you this very quick technique to manage your stress and many other things as well. You start with an affirmation about your stress, and you think of something very specific. If you're stressed by a person, say maybe you think of something they said one time, very specific, measure it between 1 and 10, 10 being the highest intensity of that stress. And so you got that specifically in your mind. And then you say an affirmation. And we like to say, even though part of me feels this stress, whatever it is, feels this fear, etc., I still love and accept myself. That's one basic affirmation. And while you're saying this affirmation aloud to give it more oomph, more effectiveness, you're tapping the side or the heel of your hand, saying, even though part of me feels stressed, you've measured it between 1 and 10. I still love and accept myself. Even though part of me feels stress, I love and accept myself. And you can do this along with me. The points I'm tapping, the top of the head, kind of good boy, good girl, I like to say. This stress, or say release. And the eyebrow, where the either or both sides, where the eyebrow meets the nose, this stress, tapping lightly 5 to 7 times. The side of the eye, this stress, breathing. You may notice a sensitivity in some of these key currents, these meridian key points on the meridians, acupoints. This stress under your eye, next point under your nose, another key meridian, this release, and under your nose, under your mouth, under your lower lip, this stress. And then the collarbone, there's a ridge where your collarbone is. Underneath it, there's kind of bump again. These are meridians, the kidney meridian, they're all related to meridians, which is not necessarily to know because you're still going to get the help relief from it. You're saying release. And the last point of the basic standard EFT under your arm, a few inches under your armpit, around the side of your eye, the side of your body, your torso. Release, you say again. And then the last part of holistic EFT is resetting your left and right brain reset. I love and accept myself, you can say, and breathe. And then you integrate finally into the heart, the last part of the reset, and you're tapping and you breathe, loving and accepting yourself, and pause. And you reevaluate your numbers, how stressful when you go back to that specific stress that you thought of earlier. And then it probably will be lower, a little or a lot, and whatever, you can just do another round, just saying release, or just do all the tapping points again, a few rounds. And it's a great way to manage your stress. And it can make a big difference in having a more enjoyable life, a more stress-free life, using these continuous tappings and this holistic EFT approach. And it can make a big difference. And to help you out, we have a free holistic EFT manual that'll give you some details about what I'm saying and show you the points and give you some key points to help you. And you go to gettingthru.org/learn dash EFT to get that free manual. So keep on tapping, keep on managing your stress, keep on enjoying your life.